Okay, so we've all seen AI do some pretty incredible things, right? But the biggest question, the one that really keeps people up at night, is what's actually going on in there? How do these things really think? Well, a brand new paper from Google and the University of Chicago just peeled back the curtain. And let me tell you, what they found is not at all what anyone was expecting.
So get ready for this, because it's a wild idea. What if the secret to an AI's genius isn't some perfect linear logic? What if, instead, it's a messy, chaotic argument happening inside its own head? Yeah, you heard me right. What if it's literally having a debate with itself to figure out the best answer? For the longest time, the common wisdom was pretty simple. To make an AI smarter, you just make it think longer. Give it a longer chain of thought, a bigger monologue. But this new research, it completely flips that on its head. It's not about more thinking, it's about a totally different kind of thinking. We're moving from a simple monologue to a full-blown internal dialogue. And they have this awesome name for it, a society of thought. I love that. So here's the core idea. Picture the AI creating a whole committee of different experts inside its own mind. You've got these diverse voices, and they're all debating, challenging each other's ideas, bringing different angles to the problem, all before they agree on the final answer to give you.
All right, so you might be thinking, okay, that's a cool metaphor, but is that really what's happening? And the answer is a big yes. This isn't just a fun analogy. The researchers actually found hard evidence by, well, looking under the hood at the AI's internal traces. It's kind of like they got to read the AI's step-by-step thought process. And when they looked, the results were just stark. I mean, look at this. Compared to your standard AI models, these new reasoning models showed a huge spike in debate-like behavior. We're talking a nearly 35% jump in asking itself questions, over 20% more perspective shifts, and almost 30% more internal conflict. It's literally creating arguments for itself and then working to solve them. And this isn't just about numbers on a chart. This is my favorite part. They actually captured the AI's inner monologue. Listen to this direct quote from one of its thought processes. Wait, that's not a word. Cast can be less forceful. Let's use hurled. It's debating word choice. It's self-correcting, just like a human writer would. How wild is that? Okay, so this internal debate is happening naturally. That's cool enough. But what if you could control it? What if you could actually encourage it? Well, this is where it gets really crazy. Researchers figured out they could basically turn a dial on the AI's personality to change how it thinks. Okay, so check this out. They gave the AI a really tough math problem. With no special instructions, just letting it do its thing, it got the answer right about 27% of the time. Not terrible, but definitely room for improvement. So that's our starting point. But then they turned that dial. They dialed up a feature they called conversational surprise. Basically, they encouraged the AI to have a more unpredictable internal debate, to throw itself some curveballs. And the result? Whoa. The accuracy jumped to almost 55%. They literally doubled its performance on a math problem. And listen to this. They didn't teach it any more math. They just made its inner conversation more interesting. So you're probably wondering who exactly is on this internal committee. Well, the researchers actually identified some distinct personalities. You've got your planner, right? That's the one methodically breaking the problem down step by step. Then you've got the associative expert who's like, hey, wait a minute, this reminds me of that other problem we solved. And then there's the visualizer, the creative one, trying to build a totally new way to look at the whole thing. It's a full-on brain trust.
Okay, this is all fascinating stuff, right? But here's the crucial point. Here's why this really matters to you. You don't have to wait for some future AI model to use this. You can actually trigger this society of thought yourself. Today, with the AIs you're already using, just by changing how you prompt.
So here it is, your 3-step recipe for a much better AI answer. Step 1, define your goal. Be super clear about what you need. Step 2, assign some personas. Tell the AI, act as a team of 3 experts, a skeptical engineer, an optimistic strategist, whatever you need. And then, step 3, this is the magic part. You tell them to debate. Literally say, debate this problem, challenge each other's ideas, and then come together to give me one final answer. Bam! You are manually creating your very own society of thought. And trust me, this is just the beginning. Researchers are calling this new frontier social scaling. Think about that. We're not just going to make AI smarter by feeding it more data. We're going to make it smarter by making it more social on the inside. So seriously, keep your eyes peeled. The next 30 days will be critical to watch how this idea explodes.
So, I want to leave you with this one big question. Let's think beyond just getting better answers to our prompts for a second. What would you build? What massive problems could we solve with an AI that has genuinely mastered the art of reasoning through conflict and weighing different points of view? Hey, thanks so much for tuning in. Just so you know, this whole explainer was put together using Google's Notebook LM by Ving Nguyen, and it's all based on the research we cited. And of course, remember, this is all for informational purposes. Hope you learned something cool.